We good to go?
It feels like the perfect night for Swiftcast, a Taylor Swift podcast by the fans for the fans.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 14 of Swiftcast.
Yay.
Hi.
Yay.
Yay. This is Belle.
Ashley.
Haley.
And Nate.
And Emily is on her way back from New Jersey from going to the other, East Rutherford show, so she is not joining us this week. We just wanted to say thank you for everyone that has stuck with us so far here at episode 14. Last week we had our epic episode 13, which was awesome. Was it not awesome?
It
was pretty awesome.
Swiftastic.
It was pretty epic. It was definitely See? Good job. Good word, Haley. It was Swiftastic. If you guys missed it, you definitely want to go back and check it out, because Ashley gives us an exclusive description of backstage at the Red Tour with the Kids tour that she took with Mama Swift. So that was really, really cool. And we had a couple of other fun surprises, so you definitely don't want to have missed out on that episode. We just wanted to remind you guys that if you hit the subscribe button on iTunes, then every time that we put out a new episode, it automatically downloads for you, so that you don't have to worry about, going to our page and making sure you download our new episodes. It's just, simple and automatic for you, and pops up a little thing to let you know there's a new episode that's already downloaded and ready for you to listen. So it just makes your life that much easier if you do that. So, if you haven't, you should. Yay.
We're just looking out for you.
Yeah, we're looking out for you guys, you guys are our awesome favorite listener Swifties. Yay. We also, on a more serious note, wanted to offer our condolences for, the death of Corey Monteith. I don't know what to say about it except for, it was unexpected and it's just sad to lose somebody that young. So, yeah, I guess we just wanted to take a moment of silence and offer our condolences. And now that we've depressed ourselves and everyone else, let's lift you guys back up and talk about some Red shows.
So the most recent show was this past Saturday, the 13th. As Belle mentioned, Emily attended. It was the show in East Rutherford, New Jersey. And the B stage song was Should Have Said No, which a fan requested in the meet and greet. This was the second time Taylor has played this on the Red Tour. The first time was at one of the St. Louis shows. So it went away for a while, but I like that song. I'm glad she brought it back and did something that we haven't heard as much lately.
That's one of my favorite songs off of her first album.
Same here. Love that song.
It's amazing. I love the old performance she used to do where she had the water coming down.
I know, and people were tweeting saying that they hoped it would rain so it would be just like that performance.
She should bring that back. She should do that again.
Oh, she totally should. That was awesome.
And then there was a big surprise at that show. For a while, fans had been hearing Taylor and the band soundcheck Fall Out Boy, and Patrick Stump, the lead singer, showed up, and they performed My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark, which, if you haven't seen the video, it's pretty epic.
Taylor does her epic dance moves, where she's just, jerking her hips and flailing her arms and doing some funny arm movements, and you have to see this video. Just go on YouTube, look it up. I know there's at least a couple of good copies of it on YouTube, and it's hilarious and really good.
Taylor has
Really
great taste in music.
She has great taste with collaborators, and Patrick Stump's face during the song is so funny. Oh my gosh.
It definitely had to be a different experience for him than how they normally perform it as a band.
Definitely.
So that was a really awesome show, and shouldn't be a surprise that Taylor planned something awesome for the 13th. But her next upcoming shows are this Friday and Saturday, the 19th and 20th in Philadelphia. And Belle, Emily, and Nate will all be there. So if you're going to be there, send us a tweet, and I'm sure they would love to meet you.
Yes, definitely do it. We're all pretty nice people.
Absolutely.
So we'll be in Pitt Friday, and then I'll be in Pitt again Saturday, and then Belle and Emily will be somewhere on the floor, I guess, somewhere in the stadium. So
somewhere on the floor.
We love meeting you guys at shows, and Haley, you're going to be at a show soon, aren't you?
Yes, I'm going to the Wichita show with my daughter, and she has not shut up about it. Every single day, she's talking about Taylor Swift and how she's going to see her for her birthday. So I think it's
best daughter ever.
Yeah. And she's finally moved on to another Taylor song. She loves 22 now.
Oh, so cute.
So
I love your kid. She's so adorable. I miss her.
she misses you, Belle.
Aww.
And so that's, I think that show is what, August 7th?
6th.
6th?
Yeah.
So then that'll be exciting for you guys. And then a few days after that, August 10th, I'll be at the Chicago show, my hometown show.
Yay!
Yay!
And I know that's a big one. It's a stadium here. So if you'll be at that one, let me know. Or if you'll be at Wichita, let Haley know. And then Belle, Haley, and me, and hopefully Nate will all be in Nashville too.
And it's gonna be a party!
Can't wait for Nashville.
Definitely.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be amazing.
Can you guys believe there's only about 20 shows left on the US leg?
It's insane. We've already had
It's
40
crazy.
shows. It doesn't even seem anywhere near that.
Yeah, that is absolutely crazy.
I went on Ticketmaster and it said 21 upcoming events for Taylor, and I was like, they're missing 50. And then I was like, wait, they're all over.
That's so depressing.
So sad.
I totally feel like I was just in Omaha for the opening show. It was yesterday.
It does feel just like yesterday, which is crazy.
Completely insane. So yeah, if you're going to be at any shows we're going to be at, make sure to hit us up on Twitter and stuff, and we'll meet up with you and say hey and have some fun Swifty times.
It will definitely be Swiftastic.
It'll be Swiftastic. Speaking of Swiftastic things, I believe it is time for
Keeping
Up
With
Swift!
Woohoo! Woo!
All right, so as we talked about before, Teen Choice Awards are coming up. Those are going to be on August 11th. They're going to air live on Fox, and Taylor is nominated for 6 different categories. So I hope you guys have been voting every day. She is nominated for Choice Female Artist, Choice Country Artist, Choice Smile, Choice Country Song for We're Never Ever Getting Back Together, Choice Single Female Artist for I Knew You Were Trouble, and Choice Breakup Song for We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. So hopefully you guys have been voting. If you haven't voted yet and you'd still like to, you can vote once per day. All you got to do is go onto www.teenchoiceawards.com, and you must be a teenager to vote, ages 13 to 19. So please get out there, vote for her. We want to bring home some surfboards for her this year. So
Taylor definitely needs some more surfboards because she's got now a house in Rhode Island and is near the beach, and she can get some surfing on. And well, that too, yeah, that too. That's also a valid point.
Has she gone away from her fear of sharks?
I don't know. That's a good question. I hope nobody else is planning on swimming to her house again. That was really dumb. But if they do, I hope they also don't put a fin on their back. That would make it even worse.
Yeah, that would really traumatize her.
Yeah, because the rest of that plan was so flawless.
Oh, speaking of kind of slightly crazy things, there is yet another t-shirt debacle.
This is
I
ridiculous.
personally, I'm gonna have to use my hashtag again. Hashtag Belle is baffled. Because here's the situation. This random company, no-name company that no one's ever heard of, I think it's just run by a couple of, random people. It's not like a big clothing company or anything like that. Decided to start printing a shirt that has a list of names of some of Taylor's ex-boyfriends and some of Taylor's alleged exes. Or just guys that she's, been seen in public with or whatever. And it's obvious they're doing it specifically for attention because they even tweeted oh, Swifties, why haven't you gotten hashtag, our company name, take away this t-shirt or something like that. And it's just to me, I'm first of all, if you're gonna try to monopolize on what, Abercrombie and Fitch did by creating a shirt to try and rile up a fan base, at least make it clever.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, if I were Taylor and I saw somebody wearing a shirt with my ex-boyfriend's names on it, I wouldn't feel, insulted or whatever. I'd just be I don't get it. I don't understand how that's supposed to even, be, supposed to rile people up. I think it's just dumb. I'm first of all, at least come up with, a funny, creative, phrase or idea. Not that I condone that, because I don't condone it, but I'm just saying,
a list of names. It's really smart.
At least if you're gonna be that ridiculous, at least go all the way. Not that I condone it, I don't, but I don't know, to me it was just dumb. And no one cares. No one's gonna pay attention to the company or go buy their shirts for it. I don't remember what the company's name is, and I don't care to look it up, because it's ineffectual.
Not that the Abercrombie shirt was clever in any way, shape, or form,
Right.
but it was at
No,
least
it
a
wasn't.
little
It
more
wasn't.
creative than this.
Yeah.
I don't even know who this is supposed to like cater towards. Like, really, who is the fan base?
Yeah,
or
exactly.
who are the people that they're marketing towards with this T-shirt? I have no idea. I don't know who's going to go out and just wear that one.
Who would actually want to wear a
You got me.
T-shirt with all the names on it?
Yeah. Hashtag Nate is
I
baffled.
mean, again, if I saw that and I was Taylor, I would just be like, "Are you trying to tell me that like you want to be my next boyfriend?" Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't occur to me that it's like supposed to insult me. I'd just be like, so if I saw a guy wearing that shirt, I would be like, "Are you telling me that you want to be my next boyfriend?" Like, I'm just trying. I would be confused as to what the message even was, but I wouldn't even like be insulted by it. So, like, they're trying to rile up a fan base and get them all mad, you know, just to get their name out there. But I don't think any of us care.
Pretty much.
We're just like, okay.
I think any
Have fun with
publicity that
that.
we give them is really only going to kind of spread their message. So I don't know. Personally, I'm just not even going to
Yeah.
bother with them. I'm just going to kind of ignore them. So
Which most people should do it anyways. That way, you know, if we don't talk about it, nothing's gonna happen to them, and they're just gonna be like, "Well, that was a waste of time."
I mean, if they are literally begging people to get something about them trending, like, that's so pathetic that I don't even know why we're talking about this.
Exactly. Let's move on.
And that's just the story of my life. Belle is baffled. But let's go talk about more actually relevant things.
Well, Will.i.am wants to work with Taylor. Dun dun dun.
Interesting.
Yeah, he says Taylor Swift is dope, and I'd like to work with Taylor Swift. I like the girl. We could do something really fantasy-like. That would be cool.
Now that is a t-shirt that should be sold. Taylor Swift is dope.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift is dope.
That's a good t-shirt.
We'd all buy it.
I'd wear that.
I would buy that T-shirt.
Right?
I'm going to make that T-shirt.
You're gonna make that t-shirt.
That
do
would be
it, dude.
cool.
Totally. Do it.
I'm going to wear it to one of these concerts.
Honestly, though, like, as funny as that is, like, in all seriousness, they probably could do a good collaboration because Taylor collaborates with the most random, unexpected people and comes up with great things. Like, I loved her collaboration with B.O.B. I love both of us. I think it's a great song. And, you know, you wouldn't think maybe that she would, like, be able to pull off something with a hip-hop artist, but she pulled it off great.
I think in this case, I think Taylor might have to be like the dominant voice of this song because, Black Eyed Peas, you know, well, they had some hits and things, and they have a very specific sound, I guess. So, like Will.i.am supposed to be a very hard worker, very hardworking guy, but if he's going to work with Taylor, in my opinion, I think that Taylor should be the dominant voice and have Will.i.am, you know, be featured on the song or whatever. Just because I think Taylor might have a little more streamlined idea of providing a good song, I guess. But that's just my opinion, so.
That's interesting. I think, like, I'm seeing in my head, like, some weird mix between, like, You Belong With Me and, like, Big Girls Don't Cry and My Humps or something.
I just can't imagine what they could create together.
Yeah, I can't either, but at the same time, like, I can't, just because I can't imagine what they could come up with doesn't mean that I don't doubt they could come up with something really good.
And the fact that he wants to do something really fantasy-like is really strange. Just because she's kind of over that stage right now.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe he has this weird idea, Taylor, that she's stuck on fantasy or something.
Well, maybe not fantasy, but she is very, very theatrical. So I'm sure they could come up with something very, like, this is gonna sound weird, but in my head, I almost see, like, an Alice in Wonderland music video for a song they could create. And I could see, like, Taylor playing, like, Alice, and Will.i.am playing, like, all these other, like, random disproportionate characters. I don't know, I just feel like they could come up with a really bizarre song that would have a really interesting music video.
Throw in some sort of electronic dance beat.
Right, exactly.
I think Taylor would make a fabulous Alice.
I think she would too.
Especially since she has bunnies on her stage every night.
She already wears
true.
sundresses.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Remember
Yeah,
when
I
she
see.
was Rapunzel in that ad campaign?
Oh,
That was so
I love
gorgeous.
that.
It was absolutely beautiful. Speaking of ad campaigns,
Oh yes. Taylor recently released her Fall Cats collection. This was sort of like the follow-up to the spring and summer ones that came out a couple of months ago. And they are so cute. I seriously want all of them. There's like 10 different ones that I've seen. And they have some lace ones, which are really pretty. There's a black pair and a white pair. And then they have these sequined ones, which are actually the shoes that Taylor now wears during 22 and her acoustic or her B-stage set. When
the red sequin ones are the ones I absolutely love. I would totally wear those.
Yeah, they're really, really cute. And then she has some flowered ones, which are also cute. And then she has some ones with like little polka dots on them, which are also cute. So in conclusion,
Nate, you would totally wear the polka dots, right?
What?
I said Nate would totally wear the polka dots, right?
Yeah,
I'd wear the polka dot ones. Those are the cutest. So.
I thought so. I figured they were your style. the red and pink ones, right?
The red and pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'd go for normally.
Yeah.
Now,
normally
I
I'd
have a
just wear
serious
pink
question,
shoes,
though. Nate, would you, if they, like, were your size and everything, would you wear the red Keds or the red tour Keds?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like the original red Keds? Yeah, definitely.
Or like the ones with the tour dates on them?
Or ones with what?
The ones that have all the tour cities?
Oh, I would do that. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because I really feel like they should make them in guy sizes too.
Yeah, I think they should too. I don't know. I have a friend that that I met on Twitter. He bought like the girl's size shoe, but big enough, I guess, so it would fit his feet. I guess I don't know. So it's a little tight, but I think they should just come out with this guy's line of Keds or something. I think they do pretty well.
Maybe
of Taylor Keds, I mean.
So the new ones are sold in a variety of different stores, but you can go to Keds.com and you can click on each individual one and it will take you to the right website where you can buy them. And they're all about $50, so they're not really that bad considering that Taylor designed them and they're wonderful.
Exactly.
All right, so we have this, moving on, we have a really awesome piece of news that we just found out about. Taylor just told Rolling Stone after the MetLife show that she is already working on album 5. So that's pretty awesome.
Yay!
We know she songwrites all the time anyway, but yeah, very cool that she actually is starting to talk about it. So yeah, she's quoted as saying,
powerhouse.
She's quoted as saying, "The floodgates just opened the last couple of weeks. I'm getting to that point where I'm irritating to be around because I'll be with you for half the conversation, and then the second half of the conversation, I'm clearly editing the sound verse of whatever I'm writing in my head." So I think that'd be fun to be around. I don't know.
Yeah,
that sounds kind of like me, but just because I'm like ADD.
And then they asked her about her collaborations, like with Red, and if she would do those again. And she's quoted as saying, "I really loved collaborating. You work with a lot of different people, and you find the people you have this dream connection with in the studio. I know these people, and I know the ones I want to go back to. But I also have a really long list of people I admire and would really love to go out and contact. So that's kind of where that is." End quote.
So she's not saying yes, and she's not saying no.
she's keeping it mysterious, but she's at least letting us know that, the 5th album is in her brain.
I can't even imagine, like, her calling up someone, a celebrity or songwriter, producer, and saying, "I want to collaborate with you," and them saying no.
No.
Like, you don't say no to Taylor.
Maybe if they had, like, a busy schedule or something.
I'm still waiting for the phone call where she's asking me to collaborate.
There you go.
I probably shouldn't hold my breath, though.
Probably soon.
She did say she has a long list. She might just take a while to get to you.
This is true. I'll try and be patient, try and wait. Maybe by album, 8 or something, I'll have a song with her.
There we go.
It's feasible.
I'd buy your song.
It could happen. You never know. So, that's all the intense Taylor news we have today, but it's good news. Before we move on, though, I have to ask, I think we did we or did we not say something last episode about, early predictions for album 5? We did. Am I, remembering that correctly?
I've been having those conversations with myself since Red came out.
Yeah. That is kind of how it is. I just think, it's one of those situations where every album that she does, as she has said herself, she wants all of her albums to be different. And it's like Speak Now she wrote entirely herself. This one she wrote with, she had a couple songs on herself, but she wrote with a lot of interesting, co-writers and stuff like that. And, I remember she said, when she was working on Red, she's like, I couldn't write for 6 months when she was on the Speak Now tour because she was just going through a really hard emotional time. And then the first song that she wrote when she came out of that funk was All Too Well. And then, after that she started doing a lot of writing. But I have to wonder, what it is that sparked her to all of a sudden, start writing again. What's going on? And I know that there's no way I'm ever going to have an answer to that, because, that's, something in her personal life that we don't know about, but, as fans, I'm sure everyone's curious as to, like, what sparked her to start, like, all of a sudden, like, get into writing mode.
I bet it was, like, I mean, I'm just speculating, but, like, not so much an event, but sort of just, like, a moment type thing.
That could be a good point. I mean, she could have just had an epiphany at one point in time about something that was important to her, she was passionate about, and it just kind of sparked her muse.
I know she said in the past that some of the songs that she's written are from her, like, friends' relationships. So it could be something that's going on in her new friends' lives and stuff that she's been, like, watching and observing and really sparked her to write a song.
Selena and Justin.
Are you okay, Belle?
I had a frog in my throat. I'm sorry, you guys.
So
my bad.
Yeah, we know she has a lot of feelings when it comes to certain relationships.
Yes.
She does have a lot of feelings.
But, like, I also kind of feel like, you know, obviously, like, she's gone through experiences and things, but she hasn't had probably a whole lot of time to just, like, sit there contemplating it. She's pretty busy.
Yeah, that's true.
So I bet it's kind of just like, you know, whenever she has, like, a downtime or a break in between shows and actually, like, has time to herself when she's not, you know, painting faces and jumping up in the air and setting off fireworks. Like, I think it's just whenever she can actually, like, get time to herself is when she actually is able to, like, you know, process things and start to figure things out.
I wonder if she's maybe bouncing ideas off of Ed because they're touring together. Maybe she's already started some things and are kind of talking to him about it. That'd be really cool.
I mean, I'm sure, like, he's such an amazing songwriter that it would be pretty silly for her not to take advantage of, like, having him there all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
Can album 5 be, insert the name of the album here, by Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran?
Ooh.
That would be cool.
That would actually be really cool.
Wouldn't that be amazing? Alright, I guess we can save more album speculation for our several future episodes that are gonna be over the next, year or so to lead up to news about album 5, so we have a year to speculate, which I'm sure we'll be doing a lot of. So for now, we should probably move on to some mini-segments. So our first mini-segment, or our first submission, I should say, is from Taylor Updates 12 on Twitter, crying watching Taylor Swift 13 perform All Too Well, because I remember it all too well.
I remember crying during All Too Well.
I lose it when I see her start crying.
I
do always get.
That's when I lose
noticing
it.
how she had lipstick on her face last week when she performed it.
After she hit her face at the mic.
Yep.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, poor Taylor. It looked like it really hurt. She was like holding her mouth a couple of times. I saw in pictures.
Oh. Yeah.
I will admit, I do get kind of choked up a little bit during All Too Well when I'm watching that.
Well, our next one comes from Belle13 Ann. Not being able to bring
That's
signs
me,
onto
Haley.
the floor at Red shows, aka Belle.
Hi.
Her problem is she can't bring signs onto the floor.
I mean, I get why, don't get me wrong, but it's just like, when you want to make an epic sign, but you know that you really can't just hold it up because nobody will be able to see and they'll hate you.
And normally they take them away. Back in Denver, they didn't take them away from the people, and there were at least 2 people, really annoying people, that kept trying to put them up. And it was really annoying. So I really understand why they don't allow them, just because you can't see. When you have an idea, yeah.
Our next one is from 13 Silver Keys on Taylor Connect. Wanting to blare the speakers with Taylor's music, but you're told to lower down the sound. Swiftie problems.
Boo! Who says to turn down the Swift?
Turn it up.
Turn it up. Crank it.
If Carly doesn't know the song is by Taylor, she'll make me turn down the music, but then I tell her it's Taylor, and then she gets all excited. She doesn't like loud music unless it's like We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together or 22.
Oh. All right. Our next one comes from Shania from our website. She says, making a really good Taylor pun, and nobody gets it. Swiftie problems.
Hi, Shania.
Ew.
Hi, Shania. I have that problem all the
We
time.
love your
at
Taylor
work.
puns.
We do. I love them.
Our next one comes from Sarah Khan via email. It feels like the perfect night to go to Starbucks, and when they ask your name, yelling out Taylor.
Oh,
So you
geez.
get a cup with Taylor on it. I like going to Starbucks and telling them some random weird name and seeing how they spell it.
Right. That should be fun.
I'm weird.
If you went and did that in like a Starbucks in Nashville, there'd probably be like a billion people turning around thinking Taylor was actually there.
Right.
I did see this post on TC like maybe 2 weeks ago. There's a guy who like unearthed this picture of somebody who ordered Domino's pizza, and then on the label it said they ordered it for Taylor Swift. So I thought that was kind of cool.
That's awesome.
I'm pretty sure on the rare occasion that Taylor would call Domino's or anywhere to order a pizza, she would have put it under her name.
Well, she is human. I'm sure she is sitting in her condo once in a while being like, I really want a pizza. I mean, she's just like the rest of us. We all sometimes just want pizza.
Well, maybe
I wonder if Taylor has an alias.
Names. Maybe she puts it under Meredith's name.
Yeah, there we go.
Meredith Swift. Pepperoni pizza.
My cat really wanted pizza, okay? She was giving me that look. Our last one comes from Forever Enchanted 13 on Taylor Connect. Worrying that the people at your new school will think you're weird for loving Taylor Swiftie proms.
Sad face.
Don't worry.
They're weird if they don't
Embrace
love Taylor.
I agree.
Agree. Do not be self-conscious about your love for Taylor. Just be like totally all out about it, and that way, when you make friends, you're making the right friends.
There you go.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Taylor friends.
Exactly.
Swifties.
So we have kind of a fun main discussion for you guys today. Since we've, so thus far been sort of a girl-dominated podcast, and you've heard all of our, girly arguments and rants, and a lot of feelings on this show, a lot of female feelings, and now that we finally have a male host with us, we thought we'd put him on the spot a little bit. And there's definitely a lot of questions that we can ask him, but we thought, you guys are our listeners, and we should give you guys a chance to ask him some stuff. So we did, and you guys asked things. So we're going to put Nate on the spot now, and, yes. I'm doing
really
that Smithers thing with my fingers, where I'm like, excellent.
Bring it on. I'm really excited for this.
Bring it
I think
on.
I can just
See, look, he's fearless.
I'm ready. I'm
Nate
fearless.
Fearless.
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
Our first couple of questions were submitted by Swiftie_pancake on Twitter, and they want to know, how long have you been a Swiftie, and what was the first song you ever heard by Taylor?
Well, I've been a fan since 2007. I wouldn't say I was a Swiftie since then. I'd say I started being a Swiftie like late 2010, right when Speak Now was coming out. So that's when I would say I, started being a Swiftie. But the first song I heard, it was either Tim McGraw or Teardrops on My Guitar. I'm not sure which, because I heard them on the radio and they were playing it about the same time. And again, that's kind of when I was a fan and I wasn't really paying attention as much as I do now. So anyway, can't remember which was first, but it was either those two.
And they also wanted to know, have you ever been made fun of for being a guy Swiftie?
Oh, never harmfully made fun of. Well, I should start by saying, I'm 23 years old, so I'm kind of like at the stage in my life where most people have matured enough to really be accepting of others and, ignore certain social stigmas that exist in high school or middle school or, even parts of college. But, of course, I've definitely been teased a little bit. I mean, that's nothing new. My friends and I tease each other all the time. So, but yeah, I can take a few hits. Mostly I find it funny. So yeah.
We're really glad that you don't mind being picked on a little bit, Nate, because on this show, we pick on each other a lot. But it's only because we love each other.
Yeah, so when we pick on you, it's out of love.
Exactly.
Well, that's good to know. I feel loved.
And it will definitely happen, Nate, especially how supportive we are about you wearing pink Keds.
Pink Keds? Yep, I'm in.
Good. There's going to be lots of pictures.
We're very open-minded.
So our next questions come from Taylor Swift Fanatic on Taylor Connect. I want to know if you're actually a fan of her music or if you think she's just beautiful. And then My Winter Firefly on Taylor Connect asks, how do you become a fan of Taylor in the first place? I'm very glad you did, though, because male Swifties are amazing.
There's definitely like this elephant in the room about, I get this question a lot, actually. A lot of girls really want to know this question, about if you like Taylor because she's beautiful or not. I mean, is that something that's really just like concerning? It's very, I don't know. it's a very, I guess, interesting question to a lot of girls. So is that kind of something? I don't know. You guys seem to be very...
We definitely want to know.
I think it's a valid question because I definitely know, I've seen, on Twitter or, on other places, like some male Swifties just being like, Taylor's so hot, and I'm like, do you even listen to her music?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And so you just have to wonder if, like, that's the only reason they even, like, bother with her at all, if they just think she's hot or if they actually get something out of her music.
Well,
right.
I mean, if they only like her because she's hot, let's be honest, they're not really a Swiftie.
Right.
Well, I agree, but I'm just saying sometimes they claim that they are, but that's the only real reason they like her, which...
Yeah. I think that just, like, a lot of girls might assume that because a guy would have a harder time relating literally to her lyrics, that the bigger reason has to be just that she's attractive.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean...
I understand that. Before you answer, I'm just going to be annoying for a second. Okay. I'm sorry. No, but to me, I feel like Taylor has a cliche reputation for having fans that are teenage girls, but that's not actually really true. I mean, don't get me wrong, she has a billion teenage girl fans, but she also has, fans that are guys, and fans that are in their 50s. And so I think, like, no matter what age you are, no matter what sex you are, no matter what orientation you are, no matter what you are, like, you can still find a way to relate to her music, because what Taylor sings about is her feelings, and no matter what kind of person you are, you have feelings too.
Definitely. And that's kind of where I'm going
Unless
with
you're
this.
a robot or an android or a sociopath, but we're not talking about those people.
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely those guys out there, like you guys are saying. Actually, it's a fairly significant, I think, chunk of the guy fan base who, they say they're in love with Taylor, they want to marry Taylor. They're like obsessive to the point of like of closing doors on other relationships because they think they have this huge shot with Taylor or something. I don't know. It's very strange to me. I think those people are kind of like borderline insanity almost. I mean, I can't deny. I mean, Taylor, really, she's a very pretty girl. She's beautiful. There's really no questioning that. Any guy will tell you that. So
any girl will tell you that.
Right. I mean, really. I mean, yeah, that's definitely out there. So, and yeah, those guys, they kind of honestly put like a negative stereotype on the male fan base, in my opinion, only because they are kind of a little wacko. But anyway, personally though, like my support for Taylor and like one of the main reasons for myself becoming a Swiftie, come from just like judging her character, Taylor's this young celebrity who is my age, no less, which, I mean, at my age, it's remarkable to even think somebody has accomplished as much as she has by where I'm at in my life. So, she puts on this very well-mannered persona. She has this very like tactful approach when she's dealing with the public. And her songs are all, genuine and self-written, which is unlike a lot of the vast majority of the music industry today. So, and then obviously the most important point, she can actually sing, which is, I think, a big, I mean, really. So, and even though I'm a guy, and how you're talking about like relatability and things like that, I can still find her songs very relatable. I mean, if not directly relatable, then at least to kind of understand like the girl's point of view, like on the other side of the coin, like, oh, this is what the girl might be going through in a situation like this, So it's still, almost like a learning experience for the songs that I can't definitely, directly relate to. So
you bring up an excellent point, Nate, because, I've always kind of had that opinion about her songs where it's like, yeah, I can relate to a lot of things that she's written personally, but beyond just the personal relating part, I also feel like a universal warning to guys, like, if you're clueless on this subject, here is your, idiot's guide to
really, it's a great resource.
What's really going on with the girl when you do something like this, how you're making her feel, like, those books, like the Idiot's Guide to, and, so-and-so for dummies,
I feel like I have a better advantage over
like
some of the guys
songs,
just because
like
of that.
They're like the musical version of those books, like, emotions for dummies, the way girls feel for dummies. Like, Taylor lays it out there so clearly, and so you cannot possibly miss the point.
Absolutely, yep. Mm. So, I mean, because she's beautiful, I mean, yeah, she definitely is, but, that's not exclusive to it. The main three, like, that really hooked me, her character, her music, and her message. So, I mean, those three are really what made me become a Swiftie. So, and I would have to say, like the actual, like the true male Swifties, I think, a significant number of them would agree with that. So,
well, that's kind of comforting to know. I don't know. I mean, and then you get the scary male fans who are jumping up on stage at Taylor shows lately.
Just for the record, I don't have any respect for any guys that jump up on stage or swim to her house in the middle of the night, or worse, even like break in. I mean that's just creepy. I mean, really, I don't know.
I mean, just speaking from the average girl, if a guy broke into my house, I wouldn't be like, "That's so sweet, let's go on a date." I'm just saying, that would not be the first thought that would be going through my head.
And these guys, I guess, don't see that. I don't know.
What people are hoping to accomplish by doing things like that, because
man.
what you are doing is scaring us, not flattering us.
Exactly.
Even when it was a girl who ran up on stage at the one show I was at, I don't think that's any less alarming.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's still a little crazy.
So Forever Enchanted 13 on Taylor Connect wants to know, and I love this question, do you have any Taylor merch that wasn't really intended for guys? Be honest. And also, what's it like being a guy at a Taylor concert? Both of those questions.
Well, yeah. Well, before I get into that, I guess, I don't know, I could talk a little bit about most of my merch collection, I guess. I don't know. Like, for guys, it's a little different because, we can't really, wear some of the t-shirts or buy some of the perfumes and things like that Taylor sells, or the
you don't wear Wonderstruck,
or the handbags, or so anyway, like my personal merch collection, like what I like to do is I like to collect like rare albums or signed albums, singles. I like to collect those. So for me, there's like something awesome about just the rarity in an item, and I kind of go after the rare things and I try and collect those. Kind of creates like a personal connection almost, just with the merch, I guess. So it's like you have this, this rare signed single or whatever, kind of the same type of feeling guys get when, they collect guns or, buy old muscle cars and restore them. Just kind of creates a personal connection with, with what you have and what you're doing. So, but
or like guys who have like sports, who are really into sports and collect
right,
all
exactly,
that stuff.
So yeah, but I guess to kind of fully answer your question, I can admit, maybe it's not the most manly thing to have, but I do have a bunch of the fragrance samples. So, yeah, I do smell them from time to time. So, so I'm not weird. I just like smelling them. So
there's nothing wrong with wanting to smell Taylor.
It smells great, by the way. If you girls wear that, good job.
Yeah, I really like it now that I've had it for like a couple of weeks.
I still wear Wonderstruck Enchanted the most.
I still don't have
my
Taylor.
favorite. What do you wear, Nate?
What do I wear? If I wear cologne, I wish she'd come out with a cologne. I do. Aqua di Gio is what I wear if I wear cologne.
Well, Taylor should make a... Oh my gosh, that totally reminds me. Do you remember the website, the joke website, wonderstruckformen.com?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, the guys Ryan and Michael from A Hug from Taylor Swift, they were trying to make this big joke that didn't end up working out, but it was pretty funny at first.
I was tweeting with someone about that before, and then actually A Hug from Taylor tweeted me back, and they're like, yeah, watch the video, and they linked it, and it was actually kind of cool. I talked to them a little bit, so.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it was pretty easy to find out it was them, but it was still really funny.
Yeah, it was. It was pretty funny. On a separate note, on Twitter, maybe 4 months ago or something like that, Scott Borchetta was tweeting, and I thought it would be funny. I was like, hey, Scott, you should come out with Wonderstruck for Men. And he tweeted back, and he says, yeah, but how about a more manly name, like Big Machine? And I thought that was kind of funny. So.
Big Machine cologne.
I told him Borchetta Blast should be the first scent.
Yeah. No, hey, I mean, I hate to say it, but Red wouldn't be a horrible name for cologne.
I'd wear that. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Red's very standard name, I guess. So, yeah, I'd wear that.
One day she's going to surprise us and come out with a fragrance for men, and then all of the girls are going to be like, we want a fragrance.
Wear that to a Taylor concert? Oh, man.
Yeah, a lot of the girls would be buying their boyfriends some cologne.
So
some of the guys might be a little apprehensive
about your basic experience being a guy at a Taylor concert.
Oh, yeah, sure. Actually, I think it's really fun. Like, the first time I went to the concert, I went to Columbus back in May, and it was a little awkward at first. Well, I went with this other guy, Swifty, that I met on Twitter, and he had been to a few concerts before. And while that kind of helped, I still was kind of apprehensive because I really didn't have any idea what to expect at the concert as far as, how other girl Swifties would react to guys there, or the actual concert itself, since I saved most of it as like a surprise. So I was definitely anxious at first, but when I got there, I was waiting outside the venue for the doors to open, and I'm talking to other Swifties out there, and actually they made me feel really comfortable. So when I go to a concert, honestly, I feel really at home. So I don't know.
We tend to do that.
For me, yeah, like really, I think for me, as soon as I got past the fact that I was surrounded by this sea of girls and chaperone dads, and realized we're all there to support Taylor. Yeah, like any apprehension I had really just kind of went right out the window. So, yeah. And
I love the chaperone dads that get so into it.
Oh man, yeah. On Toronto on the 15th, I was in the pit, and this one girl was with her chaperone dad, and she made her dad dress up too. It was hilarious. He was in like a tutu, a light up tutu, and had Taylor's shirt on and everything, and his red glasses. It was actually really funny.
That is a good dad.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I give him props.
Yeah,
sure.
Definitely. I actually said to him, I was like, no, that's a chaperone dad. And yeah, like
I've definitely seen some chaperone dads that have been great sports about the situation at shows.
We have kind of a related question. Hands of Fate on Taylor Connect asked, how do your friends react to you being a male Swiftie? So I guess your friends who aren't into Taylor, how do they react?
Well, no one really knows the term like Swiftie, but like they, just as far as being a Taylor fan goes, like the girls, they think it's awesome. I mean, I don't know. We talk about it sometimes, and most of my guy friends, they really don't seem to mind. A few of them really don't like a couple of her songs because they think they're kind of overplayed on the radio. But most will openly say that they like at least one song of Taylor's. So, but like I said earlier, I'm 23. The fact that we kind of moved out of the phase of singling each other out for our differences or something like that. We've kind of moved past that part. So
that's definitely important to have friends that just accept you for who you are and what you like and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that kind of goes back to that girl's submission too. Yeah, find people who accept you for who you are. So
don't want you to be any other way than you. Well, our next submission, or question, really, it comes from Selena Mafia, and she wants to know, what is your favorite Taylor Swift song and why?
This is such a hard question, I think, for any Swiftie out there at all. I mean, one song? I can't even do
just
one song at all.
That's all you get.
I can't even do one song.
Just one.
That's
Sorry.
insane.
Gotta do it.
I can't even name one song from each album that I like that, I would narrow it down to. That's such a big question. I could do like a top 10.
You have 10 seconds to pick one. I'm just kidding.
I could do, yeah, I'm going to give you a top 10 because that's just so much easier for me. In no particular order, okay? No particular order. All Too Well, I Knew You Were Trouble, Back to December, State of Grace, Begin Again, You Belong With Me, Ours, Tim McGraw, Long Live, Sparks Fly. Top 10, right there.
Good choices.
If it like,
I approve.
if it like absolutely came down to it, like if I was, held down and forced to pick one Taylor song, I would probably say All Too Well, only because the lyrics are just so like earth-shatteringly genuine. And I am so excited for the Red Tour DVD CD so I can have a live copy of the piano version because that song is just so incredible. If I was forced to pick one, I would say All Too Well.
See, you and so many other people say that, and I do agree with you, to me, the song that absolutely punches me in the gut is I Almost Do. Don't get me wrong, All Too Well was beautiful, and it's so sad to watch when Taylor starts crying, I always lose it. I love that song, but I Almost Do what, like, that song, I guess it's more of a personal thing, maybe. That's why it, like, hits me in the gut, because I know exactly, word for word, those exact feelings and that exact place that she was in emotionally. But I don't know, that's my gut-punching song on that album. And All Too Well comes a close second, but I don't know, everybody loves All Too Well, and I understand why, but, like, I feel like I Almost You is somehow, like, kind of overlooked because of it. And I Almost You is just an amazingly written song.
It really is.
I also think that The Moment I Knew was way underrated.
Oh god, yes,
I really like The Moment I Knew.
That just kills me too.
I really wish she would play it. I don't think she ever will.
I do remember the first time I ever heard it, and it was like, I was like sad throughout the whole song, and then it got to the lyric where she was like where she revealed that it was her birthday, her 21st birthday, and I just lost it. I was like, like I lost it. It just, like, I felt so terrible for her, and I wanted to beat the bejesus out of that guy.
Right.
I don't care if it's unladylike. I want to kick your butt for doing that. How could you ruin, like, a 21st birthday for a female is, not just for a female, for anybody in America is just epic. It is just for anybody. It's an epic moment that you're never supposed to forget. And to ruin that moment by making it sad makes me want to beat the bejesus out of that guy.
I think
he really dropped the ball on that one.
What makes that song so good, which is the same thing that makes All Too Well so good, is that you can just visualize the whole scene so perfectly.
I know, that's what makes it so sad. I get emotional. I have a lot of feelings.
God, I was just thinking about if they ever made a video for that song, how horribly heart-wrenching it would be.
Oh, do not do that unless you want my eyes to just, like, permanently cry. I don't think I could get over a video. Oh no, I don't think Taylor could get through a video.
I don't think so.
Like, how could you say somebody, we're gonna film and relive, like, one of your most, like, disappointing moments ever? Like, no, thank you. Wow.
I don't think she'll ever play it. I kind of, before we saw the Red Tour, had doubts that she would play All Too Well. Oh, really? I mean, I really wanted her to, and I knew that she knew how much people loved it, but it's so personal, and, like...
It's very personal.
I just, like, didn't know if she'd be able to honestly go through that every single night.
Well, she doesn't. More often than not, she ends up crying, which is so sad. I respect her a lot, though, for being willing to go through that every night, because I don't know, like, if I had a song that I, like, there's a couple of songs that I've written that are just ridiculously gut-wrenching and personal, and, like, I could never, like, perform them on a regular basis, because I can't even, like, think about them without getting all sad, you know? So I don't know how she puts herself through it every night, though, and she does it, and she's just really strong to do that. And it just obviously would mean a lot to her, for her to, like, be willing to put herself out there like that for us. For sure. Let's get to the last couple of questions of Nate Torture, though.
Oh, jeez.
We might have a few surprise questions of our own after this. Monique asks via email, as a male Swiftie and being just a guy, like, what's your take on love and finding love? Like, I guess from a male Swiftie specific perspective, I'm thinking, is what she's asking.
That's a really good question. Like, this one had me thinking for a while. Before I answer, though, Monique, I met her, actually. I met her at Red Tour Toronto. She's an awesome Swiftie. She flew in from the Cayman Islands to go to the Toronto show. So, and you know, I have to say this right here. She is the self-titled #1 Cayman Islands Swiftie. So, if there are any other ones out there, you got to contend with her. So, anyway, got to give her a shout out here. So, hey, Monique. So, anyway, great question though. Like I said, this one had me thinking a while. I mean, does anybody know really? I mean, I don't know. Here's my take on it. Like, love is tricky. Love can be, like, difficult to get right. But when you do, it's just something so completely rewarding that any sort of hardship maybe that you had just makes it completely worth it. So, from, like, a guy's point of view, I personally, like, would like to end up with somebody who, you know, I genuinely appreciate, like, wholly as a person, and who appreciates me right back. So, I kind of think that's what really anybody wants when they're looking for a relationship, guy or girl. So, I think love is very subjective and it's very personal for a lot of people. And I feel like one of the few common grounds that people have is that when you've truly found it, that you know it. So I'd like to believe that there's somebody out there for everyone, both guys and girls. And that if you want to find it, you've got to put yourself out there and actually search for it. So I don't know. That's just kind of my thoughts. So
wise words.
Thank you.
You have a lot to live up to now on this show, Nate. Now you're the wise guy Swiftie.
Ooh, I like that. I'll take the title.
I'll take the title. So the last question for you, also by Monique. Taylor's very creative and clever, but in what ways are you creative?
Oh man, probably none at all. So, no, I'm just kidding. Jeez. like awkward silence there. No, no. What ways am I creative? Well, Austin Swift, when he was in 8th grade, he won the Ellis Middle School Award, Social Studies Award. So, but when I was in 8th grade, I was voted most creative in our 8th grade yearbook. So, I think that kind of just proves that I'm very creative and kind of locks me in that position. So,
for life.
So,
even though it's apparently a mystery as what your creative skills are. Just you won an award for being creative, so that's all you're gonna say.
That's pretty much why I'm creative. So that's the best I got. I don't know.
At a later time, Nate, when you're least expecting it, we're gonna put you on the spot and force you to be creative, and then we'll just see.
I could do that. I think I can do that.
Yes.
Well, we hope you all enjoyed this little Q&A with our newest host and Guy Swiftie, Nate. And if you guys have any more questions, feel free to tweet him personally. He's at @AGuySwiftie on Twitter, or you can find him at @AGuySwiftie on Taylor Connect. Or you can tweet us at swiftcast13.com or message us at any of our ways of contact. And I'm sure he'll be happy to answer anything appropriate.
Definitely. These are fun. Yeah, if you guys have more questions, send them my way. So, I mean, really.
And
all right.
Now we have our Taylor quote of the week. And this week's quote is, "If you're lucky enough to be different, don't ever change."
Taylor absolutely nails this quote. This is awesome.
I agree.
I love it.
She's very profound, that Taylor.
It's very profound and it's very hard hitting because I feel like, when you're a kid and you're growing up, you're not supposed to be different. You're supposed to in school, I guess, and you're supposed to fit into this box. And if you don't fit into this box, then, you feel awkward and lonely and people aren't really going to be friends with you and whatnot. And it's sort of, you're almost taught the opposite lesson. But I think as you get older, you really realize how literally the opposite of that is the truth. Because it's all the people that are doing great things are the people that aren't like everyone else. I mean, take Taylor, for example. She was kind of awkward and she went through a lot of bullying and didn't, had a period of time where she didn't really have friends. People were out partying and she was at home writing songs during her teenage years, and look at what she's done with her life.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Taylor's
a great example.
Different, she's like the perfect example. If there's something about you that isn't like everyone else, it's not something to be down on yourself about. It's something to, be thankful for, in my opinion. I mean, I've always been that weird person, too. When I was a little kid, I didn't really fit in. And then when I did have friends, we were just kind of crazy and we sort of did our own random fun things. And actually, I was lucky. By the time that I was in 7th or 8th grade, I had completely embraced my uniqueness and it became something that was a good thing. But I don't know, I guess 5th and 6th grade when you're 11 and 12 and 10 at that awkward age where you want to fit in, it's not so fun. But I definitely think that, as you're growing up, whether you're 10 or whether you're 20 or 15 or 35, whatever age you are, if there's something about you that, there's a passion that you have that, maybe not everyone around you has, or if there's a talent that you have, or if no matter what way you are that you're different, that is what is going to make your future. That is what makes you an individual. That's what makes you who you are. And that's not something that you should, be disappointed in or frustrated with. That's something that you should be really grateful for, because to me, Taylor, I can't imagine being normal or being like everyone else or having nothing that really sets me as an individual apart from other people. I feel like I wouldn't have an identity. And I don't like that thought.
I mean, you're absolutely right. Really. And if we have younger listeners out there, like really, I mean, take it from us. We've all experienced, what it's like to be in middle school or high school, and we know the social pressures that are out there, and how that can tend to stamp out any differences that you might have because everyone's striving to be normal, to fit in or whatever. But really, if there's something that's unique about you, like Belle was saying, or you have you're passionate about something, I mean, that is something so important to go after, and that is something so important to really just kind of nurture and basically let it take flight. So yeah, if you don't realize it now, like definitely you'll realize this when you get older. And Taylor really just like hits the nail on the head with this one. So
as she does with so many things.
Well, moving on, we got some fan projects. The first one is the Sparks Fly Lyrics Project. A fan on Taylor Connect wants to make a collage with graphics created with the lyrics of Sparks Fly. How you participate is simple. You just send a personal message to Elsa Rogers on Taylor Connect, and it's spelled ELSA Rogers, ROGERS, and she will assign you a lyric. So you will be making a graphic. It's 700 by 200, and you will write your name somewhere on the graphic if you would like individual credit for that specific one. And you can make GIFs if you're good at that. It doesn't have to be Sparks Fly related. It could be anything. And the preferred colors on it are red, gold for consistency.
All right, so the next thing that we have, if you guys are going to the Greensboro, North Carolina show on September 12th, they're going to be having a fan meetup. So if you're going to this, the fan's name is Mary, and she's doing the VIP experience, and she wants to organize a meetup at the show. So if you guys are interested in this, her Taylor Connect handle is Taylor Allison Swift Updates. And she also has a blog on her user page where you can comment if you want to meet up with her before the show. So we will also be putting this as a link on Swiftcast 13. So if you guys want to meet up, make sure you get in touch with her.
The next project is the Swiftie Helpline. And the purpose of the project is to basically provide a place where Swifties can go to if there's something going on in their life. If they're having a hard time and they need someone to talk to. The owner, the person that's running it, her name is Beth. Very, very sweet person. And she basically says, over the past couple of weeks on my timeline, I've seen a lot of inspirational stories about how Taylor has saved people from ending it or hurting themselves, and I've also seen some unhappy endings. So, to maybe help some of the people who are thinking about ending it or hurting themselves in any way, they can come to us and, we'll sort of be there to talk to them. So it's basically like a Swiftie crisis line, or, crisis email / Twitter. That's really sweet to do. I think it's important that people, have sort of a anonymous, non-judgmental place to go when they need to talk and they need help with things. I can't speak for everybody, but, I think we've all been in places where we just could really use a non-judgmental ear, So if you need someone to talk to, if you're going through something, you can tweet her at Swiftie Helpline, or you can email her if you want to, be private at SwiftieHelpline@gmail.com.
And our next project is the Happy Birthday Taylor project. This is for Taylor's show in Melbourne on December 14th, which is the day after her 24th birthday. And basically, a group of fans want to organize it so that the whole stadium sings happy birthday to her, which would be really amazing, and I know that she would never forget that. So they're trying to just spread the word and let as many people as possible know about it, because the biggest chance it has for success is if the majority of people at the show know to do it, obviously. So if you're going to any of the Australian shows, or including the Melbourne show, or if you know anybody who is, definitely spread the word, and hopefully they can create a really amazing memory for Taylor.
I definitely think that if an entire stadium sang her happy birthday, that is something that she would remember for a long time. And if you guys all remember, her 21st birthday wasn't really that happy. So
make up for that other birthday we were talking about.
Exactly. So how about we make her 24th birthday just really special? I don't know. I mean, you think about being in that position and have an entire 60,000 people singing happy birthday to you. That would be amazing.
You should remember that the rest of her life. That'd be awesome.
Exactly. So I think that this is something that should definitely happen for real. I hope it does.
Another awesome one I think would basically choke Taylor up is the Hearts Up for Ronan. Basically, they want to make a big impact at the Gillette Stadium show in Foxborough, Massachusetts, so that the fans can tell Taylor basically how much the little boy Ronan touched millions of hearts and that he will never be forgotten. So basically, if you're going to be attending this show, they want you to hold up a heart when she sings All Too Well, and basically she'll look out and see a whole bunch of hearts for Ronan, and that's going to be the July 27th show. So I think it will be really awesome. And they want you to do a couple things if you're not attending, and even if you are. They want you to help trend Hearts Up for Ronan to spread the word. So, and that's coming up really soon. So start trending that a lot. And they want you to go to their Twitter, Hearts for Ronan, for everything, and getting the heart that you can print out, which is really cool.
And just a reminder for all you guys, all of these fan projects are listed on our website at Swiftcast 13 under the fan projects tab. Swiftcast13.com, sorry. Under the fan projects tab, so you don't have to memorize any of this from the show. Just go ahead and go visit our website, and it has all the details, all the contact information for everybody running the projects if you want to take part in any of them.
All right, moving on. Next is our Taylor Dictionary. So the word for this week comes from Julio Au on Facebook, and his word is Taylor struck. Totally amazed by something Taylor related.
Hopefully you guys have been Taylor struck listening to this episode.
Mm-hmm. I know I am. State of Grace
awesome
curtain
guy,
pole.
Swifty.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. There we go. We have officially used it in a sentence, folks.
All right.
So that is our Taylor Dictionary word for the day. Taylor struck. Feel free to use it at will. And we just want to remind you guys that we love to hear from you. So please submit to any and all of our mini segments. If you want to share an opinion, share about anything we've discussed. If you want to share a story. This is a show, as we've said many times, by Swifties for Swifties. So we want you guys to be involved. So don't be shy about contacting us and participating in the show, and not just listening. Feel free to be a part of it. You can get a hold of us on our contact form at swiftcast13.com. You can tweet us at twitter.com/swiftcast13. You can catch up with us on Facebook at facebook.com/swiftcast13. You can Taylor connect with us at taylorswift.com/users Swiftcast or /users/Swiftcast13. You can go and ask us things on Tumblr at swiftcast13.tumblr.com, or if you want to ask us anything, it's swiftcast13.tumblr.com/ask. You can keep up with us on our blog at swiftcast13.wordpress.com, or you can just email us at swiftcast13@gmail.com. So, yeah.
And speaking of Twitter, our July Twitter giveaway just ended. We were giving away the limited edition Red Singles CD, and we want to congratulate the winner, McFlag Taylor 13 on Twitter. She was able to get the most number of other people helping her get entries, so she is the winner for this month. And we also had 3 awesome runners-up who got lots and lots of votes too. So we want to say congratulations to Simply Swift 13, Red is Flawless 13, and Angie Swift 13, or Angie Swifty 13, I'm sorry. You guys are all really awesome, and we really appreciate your enthusiasm, and we do this giveaway every month during the week of the 13th, so if you don't win this time, there's always a chance to try again for next month.
That one was a good one. I would love to win that. A Red Single CD.
I'm so happy I found somebody who bought an extra one, and I'm trading one of my singles with theirs so I can have a copy too.
Nice.
On that note, I heard that they are going to be Taylor's going to be releasing more of these, the Red Singles, but they won't be numbered. So yeah.
Well, that's interesting. Cool. Well, our iTunes giveaway is still currently going on. So rate us 5 stars and leave us a review on iTunes, and that's how you qualify. It's pretty easy. Just let us know how we're doing. And if there's something you want to hear more of or you don't like, just let us know. And you will be picked at random to get a red guitar picks and a red sticker. And when we reach 50 reviews. So, and if you reviewed us before, you're already entered. So, it's pretty cool. And once you review, you're automatically entered for future ones. So once we hit the 50 and give the prize away, when we do another one, if you already submitted or left us a review, you're automatically ready for that next one.
Yeah, exactly. If you've reviewed us, then you're automatically in all contests that happen for our iTunes page. So, yay.
All right, and make sure to like us on Facebook. It's a great way to keep in touch with us. Like, if you want to reach us, outside of Twitter or outside of Taylor Connect or something, Facebook is a great way to, just keep in touch with us. Tell us whatever is on your mind, whether it's Taylor related or not. So, and if you like us, then you are automatically eligible to win any future giveaways that we have on Facebook. So very cool. Go and do that. www.facebook.com/swiftcast13.
Yeah. Well, I do believe that is pretty much all we have for episode 14 for you guys today. We do have another surprise coming up for you in episode 15, which will be kind of cool. That's something to look forward to.
You guys are all up on your toes.
I don't know if Nate was going to love the surprise, but I know the rest of us will. We're girls.
I think
there's a hint for you. It's definitely a girly type surprise.
There's nothing wrong with the surprise. I think it's very cool.
Yeah. All right.
I think it's an awesome idea.
We dig it. Yeah.
Jaw feel.
So yeah, that'll make sure that you definitely catch episode 15. We hope you enjoyed 14. And yeah, just contact us. Let us know. Say hi. And submit mini segments, anything. We'd like to hear from you. All right, well, you guys have a great week, and we will catch up with you next week, okay? Bye! Love, love, love.
Peace out, Swift Scouts.
I love it.
We are in no way directly affiliated with Taylor Swift.